feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
This is Perez Hilton here talking about how he believes, which
watching that hotel surveillance footage from 2016, why had it not come out until now? According to Cassie, the victim in that footage, in the lawsuit that she filed last year against Diddy, she claims that Diddy paid the hotel to get that footage, gave them $50,000, and problem solved. He was in possession of that footage. What I believe happened is, in the recent raid of Diddy's multiple properties, the government came into possession of that, and the government, somebody there leaked it because Team Diddy had that until now, paid $50,000 for it, and after watching that hotel surveillance footage.
So he's pushing this like narrative saying that it must have been taken from Diddy's home. I'm still confused. Why would Diddy have this? By the way, also Stephen A. Smith is jumping in.
I think his career's over. This ain't the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Nah, that shit don't fly in this day and age. You can't get away with that. You never should have been able to ever, ever, ever in life. And sure, it shouldn't take a video to speak 10,000 words, but damn it, it does compared to word of mouth or compared to the written word. When you see the video, it's an entirely different connotation that comes with a different feeling. I might suspect some shit about you when I hear about it. When I see it, there's no way around this. This ain't funny at all. And yes, that was 2016. Well, you acting like that in 2016. Who's to believe you didn't do it in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023? I think his career's over. This ain't the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Nah, that shit don't fly in this day and age. You can't get away with that.
I mean, if I had to ask you, what do you think Diddy's career has been the last couple of years? It definitely hasn't been, if you ask me, been through making money through music. I think he's always going to own his catalog. For somebody like Diddy, you know, he could still make $20-25 million and just kind of play the background for the rest of his life, right? Like his career is never, you know what I mean? Big part of his career is this outward facing, I'm a mogul that's very good for promotion and an ambassador for the brand. Yeah, that probably is done if you want to say that's his career. But he hasn't had much of a music career of recent times. Bad Boy Records hasn't been that crazy of recent times. I think the reality behind it, like, who's still signed a Bad Boy? Wasn't Friends signed for a little while? Then MGK, I don't even think both of them are still signed. Here's the point. Diddy is like Birdman. Like, they made their money off of dominating the music industry for years past, and their catalogs of their artists that they owned will forever live on into eternity. And that's why we are here now. So, you know what I mean? I don't think necessarily Diddy needs to be like forward facing as much, but I'll see how that probably hits his ego and also how he pivots. Because I think he's watched 50 kind of pivot to film. Jay is clearly like, you know, I don't even know what the fuck Jay-Z be doing these days, but we all see Jay with Rock Nation and all those type of things. I think his thing was liquor. And since he can't be that guy who's like that selfless promoter, I'm wondering what he's gonna do. But I don't think the fact of saying his career is over, given the fact that we can't even identify everything he did. You know what I mean? Other than do some Ciroc shit. I don't know. Okay. All right. Everybody's saying, fuck Diddy. Well, you do know what they're trying to say, right? They're actually trying to say the reason why we're getting all these cancellations of, like, we haven't seen they ain't canceled a brunch during Corona, but they canceling it now. You know what they're really trying to say, right?
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way.
Yo, Jagger White be saying some shit like, sometimes I'll be like, yo. And then sometimes I'm like,
As punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened.
That's so crazy.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who was a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, this backdrop music is so crazy.
They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly. I want you to...
Okay.
Have you ever been to a P. Diddy party?
Yeah, several, many, honestly.
And so, can you take us through, like, what goes on, like, when you were there?
Money
Right.
and sex.
Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No!
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come in what they call freak-offs now,
Yeah.
is that something normal that
Yeah.
happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Hey, everybody know that. I've been saying it.
So why does Puffy, why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I...
All right, hold on. I ain't gonna lie. She kind of making this sound like a fucking movie. I gotta go watch